We need to talk about an upgrade. And no, I don't mean for your phone, I mean for your mind.
Look, this isn't science fiction anymore. It's a real question, a serious one, that we all have to confront, and we have to do it right now. Because, let's be honest, we're all running on hardware that hasn't had a major update in millennia, and in the race against artificial intelligence, we are falling behind. So let's start by understanding why.
You see, the problem isn't something out there in the world. The problem, the real bottleneck, is the code running inside our own skulls. This is probably the most important number you will ever need to know about your own brain. Psychologists call it the rule of 4.
What does it mean? Well, your active memory, think of it like the RAM in your head, can only juggle about 4 concepts at once. Seriously, try to hold 5 or 6 distinct, complex ideas in your mind right now. You can feel it, can't you? Your brain starts to glitch. It starts dropping things. And this isn't just about forgetting where you put your keys. It's our core processing limit. It's the reason we get overwhelmed, why we make emotional decisions under pressure, and why we process information so slowly. And don't hold your breath for a fix. Evolution just isn't coming to save us on a timeline that matters.
Right. And think about how we're using this new technology. It's like having a literal supercomputer and only using it as a basic calculator. We ask it simple stuff. What's the capital of France? We're treating it like a search engine, when what we really have is a godlike power that could help us overcome those biological limits we just talked about. It's just such a waste.
So, if our brain is the bottleneck, what's the new operating system? Well, the answer, interestingly enough, comes from the world of chess. It's a concept called the Centaur Model.
A centaur isn't just a human, and it isn't just a machine. It's something new, a more powerful entity. You've got the human providing the intuition, the grand strategy, the creativity, and then you have the AI providing flawless, brutal calculation and incredibly deep data analysis. Put them together and this human-AI team can beat any human playing alone. But here's the wild part. They can also beat any AI playing alone. This is the model for our own evolution.
The hierarchy of performance is crystal clear. The equation couldn't be simpler. You, paired with an AI, are more powerful than that AI working by itself, and both are far more powerful than you working alone. This isn't about technology replacing you. It's about transcending our own limitations with it.
And this right here, this is the fundamental mindset shift you have to make. You stop doing the grunt work. You stop staring at a blank page trying to come up with that first draft. Instead, you start providing the vision, the taste, the direction. The AI becomes your exocortex, your external brain.
Okay, so that vision is powerful. I get it. But how do we actually do any of this? How can we use an exocortex like today? It really comes down to a set of practical, tactical protocols. And the source material is very clear on this. Most people fail not because the AI is weak, but because they are just lazy communicators. It all boils down to 3 concepts that build on top of each other. The first 2 are active protocols you use every single time, context loading and the Socratic loop. You use these tools to build the third piece, which is your second brain, the long-term repository of all your augmented thinking. Let's start with the foundation, with context loading. The first rule is simple. Never, ever ask a naked question. A lazy, bad prompt sounds kind of like this. Draft a response to this email. A powerful prompt, on the other hand, is like a director giving crystal clear instructions on a movie set. It sounds like this. Act as a senior copywriter with a minimalist style. Here is the entire email chain for context. Read it. Now, draft a concise response that achieves these 3 goals. See the difference? You're loading the context. You are providing the vision.
So the second protocol is what's called the Socratic loop. Here's the key. Do not just accept the first answer it gives you. You have to treat the AI like a brilliant but kind of lazy intern who needs to be pushed to do their best work. You have to force it to refine its own work. Ask it questions like, can you make this 10% sharper? Or is there a better, more powerful way to phrase this? The quality of your final output is directly tied to the quality of your critique. And here's the really crucial point. This Socratic loop, this back and forth, it sharpens your own thinking too. You're not just engineering a better prompt, you're engineering clarity in your own mind. So these are the tools, but the stakes for using them, they are so much higher than just being a little more productive. What we are really talking about is an evolutionary split in humanity. In the next 5 years, maybe even sooner,
There will be two types of knowledge workers in the world. You'll have those who rely only on their limited biological hardware, the slow, the overwhelmed. And then you'll have those who augment themselves with an exocortex, the fast, the limitless.
This choice isn't being made for you. You have to make it, and you have to make it soon.
This isn't about just getting ahead anymore. It's about not being left behind. Because right now, as you're listening to this, you are competing against people who already have a second brain. Good luck.